Are keto influencers quitting at a rapid pace? We're going to be talking about this today because we've been getting comments like this for a while, and coming from creators, like now that we're creators and everything, we did get our silver play button. We're going to explain why this happens and why it should not discourage you from continuing on keto, okay? Sarah and I have been off and on keto so many times that we could not even count the amount of attempts that we've done, okay? We did a couple attempts on this channel back in 2016 when we originally started. Sarah and I have always named this channel Keto Twins. That's because we went with the intention of making this a keto channel, right? But that isn't how a lot of keto influencers get into keto. So Sarah and I always felt like we wanted to do a channel about keto because Sarah and I have always loved making videos. Ever since we were children, we were making videos with a camcorder for nobody. And so we knew when we started YouTube that we needed to choose a niche, right? And we just figured that keto made the most sense for us because we felt like that was the way that we needed to eat to keep the weight off or to lose weight. And we felt like keeping it contained in a niche would allow us to
have a direction
to go in. A lot of other people, they don't start off this way though. They might be doing lifestyle content or hobby content in a bunch of different niches. They might have started channels for a long time and done hundreds of videos on a variety of different topics. Then they decide one day that they want to lose weight or that they want to try a new diet. So they decide to make videos about keto, and those videos outperform a lot of other content that they've done on their channel. And what they teach you about YouTube and being a creator and everything like that is that when you have an idea that works, you double down on that idea. And it's really hard not to do that because it's so obvious when a video is outperforming other videos. So if a person who does all types of content, vlogging, whatever, all of a sudden decides to do keto and that video outperforms all of the other content that they're making, they're going to be naturally inclined to continue. And what you do when that happens is you start to attract active viewers who are all keto, okay? They're all keto people. They want to watch keto content. And so every time you do a keto video that's the right pick for those people, they're going to continue to click on it. And therefore your keto base grows while all of the other videos on your channel languish, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean it's like a bad thing. I mean, some people may find out that after a while, they don't enjoy keto anymore. And Sarah and I never have believed that like this is like a cult that you have to continue it forever. However, if you start to make content in a specific vertical, a specific niche, a specific idea, you are now gaining an audience in that niche, and that's what they want to watch, right? And so every time you try to veer off and do something different, the people that like keto stuff are not going to click on it. Imagine you do a bunch of videos about being a vegan and you do very well and all of your audience is vegan, and then all of a sudden you decide, I want to do carnivore. All the people that are actively watching your channel, that is the algorithm, that is YouTube's algorithm deciding. YouTube is going to display that new video to those people, and they're not going to click on it. Why? Because they're vegan. You're showing them carnivore content. That's the opposite of what they want. So the same is true with any kind of vertical on YouTube, any kind of niche, right? Sarah and I have tried in the past to test the boundaries even of this channel, right? Because we figured, you know, gardening, we like gardening, we can grow keto vegetables. It doesn't work, right? Because a lot of people, they don't want to garden. They don't care about that. And so even if we try to marry the two, gardening and keto, not enough people are interested in both. So it does not work.
The video doesn't perform well.
Right. So it is a very fickle beast. We always talk about this, that the algorithm is a very fickle beast and that you have to feed the algorithm or your videos will start to drop off. But at a certain point, a lot of, people who are trying to make content, they try to test the boundaries of this and they get really upset when people don't respond. Not only that though, when an influencer has been gaining a popularity in keto and then they decide not to, there's a kind of tribalism that is behind almost everything, actually, every kind of niche, where you're showing people that you're no longer interested in doing that and they are not happy about it. So you'll get hate, right? And that just kind of reinforces the narrative that keto is kind of like culty or people act all crazy and there's a lot of haters in keto. Even people who do keto, there's different like levels of people, right? There's people who do strict keto, lazy keto, dirty keto, carnivore, ketovore. I could go on forever. And everyone is like battling it out to be supreme, right? And so when someone says, hey, you know what, I'm going to have a sandwich today, or I'm going to eat rice, and it's not cauliflower rice, they get a lot of hate for that. And so that can even discourage them from being keto even more.
People take offense that people won't watch every video that they upload. They feel offended by that.
Because it's personal. You know, when we make content, it's our face, it's our voice, it's our homes, it's our house, it's us. When your audience is not interested, it can feel personal because this is me. I'm not keto all the time, or I want to try something different. You guys don't even want to respond to that, right? And so that's why you might be looking around and seeing that your favorite keto influencers, they are no longer keto. It's because they had an interest in this for a while and they gained an audience in it. And now they've decided that they don't want to continue making content because it's a lot of work, you guys. Like, creating videos is a full-time job plus. And that's not on top of everything else that's involved. So if you're not really feeling like what you're doing anymore, and you feel like your audience doesn't like what you're doing, then that is why you think that everybody's quitting keto. I would also say that, like, Sarah and I started past the peak of keto. 2019 was like a really big year for keto, for the keto lifestyle. I would say that the pandemic really destroyed any momentum that keto had. And that's when we started this channel. So we have slowly grown our channel while the whole topic of keto has gone down. Because listen, when everyone was stuck inside, no one wanted to do keto anymore. Everybody was at home eating whatever. And I can understand that. But that's when we decided to start our channel. If you feel like keto is right for you, you have to follow that, not what influencers or creators are doing. It's about like how you feel. That's why we know that we're always going to be keto. We've made this channel, the Keto Twins. We started with that intention. This is not a fad for us. This is like our lifestyle. And we may cheat once in a while. We may eat kind of dirty keto, but we plan to do this forever. Even if we didn't make YouTube videos about keto anymore, we're still going to be keto. But would we expect you guys to watch our content if we put something else on here? No, we've learned our lesson. You see, because that's how the algorithm works. So at the end of the day, people are sensitive because they're putting their life out there and they don't like what they see in the comments when they decide, you know what, maybe keto is not right for me. They can't really expect people to stay, and you can't really expect all of your favorite creators to stay on it either if they find out that keto or the niche or whatever is not right for them.
And I think that once you're known for something, it is very hard to switch gears without creating a totally new account.
Right.
Honestly, I think that people will start and just like, it doesn't matter. I'm switching now.
Right.
And if you don't want to watch it, okay. But you have to understand that when YouTube sees it, it's sending videos out that your audience isn't clicking on it. And so your videos are not going to get views.
Right.
And sometimes I think that if you're going to switch a niche, you're better off just creating a new channel because it has no data to prove that your audience is no longer interested in your content anymore.
Right.
So just don't be discouraged when some people go off keto when they've been following it for like a year and they've been making content every day about it and then they just, switch paths, because I think that, we started making videos because we love making videos.
Right.
Keto is the thing that we're making videos about, and it's something that we live. And I don't think that a lot of people start off that way.
So a good way to tell if someone is going to, possibly stay keto forever is, do they have keto in their name? Did they start this channel with the intention of providing keto content? Or when you scroll back, was it lifestyle content, or they've tried a bunch of different things, or the content is just like about them in general? If you feel like you wouldn't be able to watch that person even if they weren't on keto, then, keep that in mind. Because this just might be a phase for them where they just want to try it out. There's nothing wrong with that. I really don't know if keto is right for everybody. Some people are better suited to low carb. People are better suited to whatever is maintainable for you is the thing that you should stick to.
It might also just be that they don't want to do cooking content anymore. Cooking content is difficult.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, and there's only so many recipes out there that you can, reformulate and add a couple ingredients to. And
at the end of the day, some people just might get sick of the niche, of, the judgments from people. You're not doing keto the right way. You're using inflammatory ingredients. You should have done this. You should have done that. You look like you've gained weight. You look too thin now. I mean, the amount of comments that I see on other influencers, it's not shocking to me that they quit, honestly, because sometimes I will read the comments that some people leave, and it's like, do you realize that you're talking to a person? Unless the person's actively not looking at their comments anymore, which could be a smart mental decision. There's a person behind that reading it when you tell them, oh, you're gaining weight. Oh, you're not doing this right. Oh, One person told us that they don't trust us because we don't have long eyelashes. Like, we don't even bother to put fake eyelashes on. Someone wrote that.
Is that what they meant?
Yeah. Like, the comment was like, I don't trust them because they don't even have long eyelashes. Like, we couldn't be bothered. Like, we're on TV and we can't even bother to put on.
How dare you?
Like, yeah. Like, how can I even trust you then? Unless you have been a creator or YouTuber, you don't understand how it is to have, like, the constant, like, weirdo comments. Most of our comments are, like, the nicest comments. And I definitely don't want to be like, you know, we're going to talk about our haters in this video. But that could definitely be a reason why someone's like, you know what? I'm sick of this.
Well, I mean, okay, so on YouTube, I think that it's a little bit more controllable. But imagine growing on a different platform like TikTok. And you started creating content and you got like 5 million followers off of it. And then all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to do keto content anymore.
Oh, there have been people that have done that.
And then they just do a 360 and they like totally switch.
Well, then not only that, there's a lot of people who will switch their content and then hate on keto.
Yeah, I don't like that either though, honestly. It's like, it worked for you, obviously.
But I think that's a reaction to the hate that they get. Right. And so they hate the community.
Because they're getting hate, so they decide to push back. Right. Like, no. And then you get supporters. Everyone that hates keto is going to come back and fight and agree with those people. Agree with the creator for hating on keto.
Yeah,
like, I'm glad you finally saw the light. I'm glad you finally realized it's not working. And so that person feels validated that they found a new community of people to hate keto together.
There was, a creator with millions of followers who decided, you know what, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah, that's what I'm referencing.
And then they started hating on keto, and all the comments were, oh, I'm so glad, that you're not doing keto. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy. You know, eat those carbs. It's like really weird. Like this tribal mentality that like you need other people to justify what you're doing, right? Let me tell you, if you are waiting on people to justify anything, then you are not going to be happy ever. Especially if you're making content. That's why I've always kind of been grateful that we haven't gone super viral on YouTube. Like our best video has like 350 maybe or 400,000 views. And it's because when you get millions of views, you're going to get a lot of people that do not like you. They hate your face. They hate your voice. You are repulsive to them. I don't even know. But like you're going to get that. And so I don't know. I'm a sensitive person. Sarah, not so much because she was in the gaming space. So Sarah doesn't really care. But I'm sensitive to things. And
I just that you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea.
Right.
And that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we always say, like, we're technically keto. We eat dirty some of the time. And because we wanted to not attract the people that were super keto police about it. We wanted to attract similar people to us, people that are trying to stay keto, try their best, not the super serious people that are cult-like and then will come in the comments and judge everything that everybody else is doing. Right. We wanted to attract the right audience, and I think that we're on the path to do that. So thank you for watching.
Yeah, you're here for a reason. You're meant to be here. Technically, keto. Anyway, so that's why people are quitting, and they will continue to. And it's not a bad thing. It's like keto might not be right for them. That doesn't mean it's not right for you. Don't always look to other people to justify what you're doing.
I think there's a lot of people that, will try keto for 3 or 4 months, lose a bunch of weight, and then Christmas comes around, we can see it in our analytics, and people just were like, I'm not going to watch keto anymore right now. And some people never come back.
Right.
And we did that before. So we don't really blame those people, but we always had to come back to low carb and to keto because it was literally the only thing that helped us lose weight.
Control our cravings.
Yeah, and it gave us freedom from the prison that is the constant
addiction to carbs.
Right. So, if you feel like you can come back to keto after coming off or you're staying, and just realize that you're not alone. And that, just because your favorite influencer seemed to quit keto doesn't mean that you have to.
Right.
And if you have been off keto for the past couple of weeks, months, years, whatever it is, it's time to find your way back to keto. And we did a whole video about it and our thoughts about returning to keto after taking a break. And you can click on the video on the screen and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Emily.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out.